Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I really worry about the state of the Pokemon market. I don't mean to be dramatic or try to cook up, some wild thoughts like some of you guys say in the comments. I really am concerned. What do they say? The loud minority isn't the majority. That's kind of how I feel like what's happening in the Pokemon market. In the past 48 hours, I have gotten nothing but responses from people that have been in this hobby for under 1 year, making the most wildest claims. Number one being that we aren't going to see any reprints anytime soon for any of these sets that have literally come out in the past 6 months, maybe I dare say 2 months. Destined Rivals, Prismatic Evolutions. It seems like people will go to the ends of the earth to defend Prismatic Evolutions and even Destined Rivals. You guys come at me. A lot of people come at me in the comment section as if I'm not on the Destined Rivals hype train. All I'm saying to most of you is that it is better to wait. I don't want to be one of those YouTubers that go out and say there's so much bad advice out there floating around the YouTube space. But there is some really bad advice. For example, continue to buy no matter what the price, because if you're a real investor, you're gonna make the gains all back in 5 to 10 years. Is that the case? Sure. For most things, right? But what is the percentages? What are the chances? Everything in life is a chance. But what are the chances that we do get a pretty decent size reprint? And this is why I think that a lot of people that are loud in this space have been here less than 6 months to a year, because they haven't really seen the depth of a real reprint in the Pokemon space. I've seen it. I've seen multiple. I've talked to people that have talked about their experiences in the past. I mean, I'm talking about Sun and Moon XY era people. Guys, we're going to be okay. The reprints will come. And if I'm a betting man, which you guys know that I am, I'm going to bet every single time that we are going to get enough supply to calm this market down. It is so funny how I now call them the Prismatic Evolutions fanboys, because those people are super defensive, they will go to the ends of the earth, like I said, to defend the Prismatic Evolution. It's just some insane set. Like, they've never seen this set before. And it's like, did you guys remember Evolving Skies? Did you guys remember tag teams? The tag team era? Did you guys remember like any of that stuff? Can you give me an example of why Prismatic Evolutions is such a iconic set for the Scarlet and Violet era? I'm gonna go out on a whim and say it might not even be top 3 for me, maybe not even top 5. Sure, this is where the collection and investment space, they kind of get mumbo jumboed all into one. Look, it's gonna do well because it's an evolution set. We all know that. Destined Rivals is gonna do well because it's Destined Rivals. But at the end of the day, when you compare these sets to even a lot of the sets that we got in the Scarlet and Violet era, they're not that great. And I could say this. Hold on. I could say this because I have. Where are my cards? Where are my cards? They're around here somewhere. But I have the Umbreon. I have the Jolteon. I feel like I can take a stand. I can say I like these cards, but I see the comments all the time. Again, Henry, but you have the Umbreon. But you have the Jolteon. How can you? I could like a few cards out of this set and say that's a good set, but I'm not betting the farm on Prismatic Evolutions. I'm not even betting the farm on Destined Rivals, and Destined Rivals is a great set. I think it's going to do extremely well over time. But we're going to get into some of the thoughts behind some of these booster boxes. It's not going to be a total market watch overview, but long expanded intro. But wanted to get into some key topics really quick. Okay, on the topic right here. So I just wanted to pull up Destined Rivals. Tomorrow is going to be Market Watch Monday, so it's going to go all into that as well. I won't be talking about Destined Rivals tomorrow. I might not even put Prismatic Evolutions on that Market Watch Monday tomorrow. But guys, so again, we're not here to check the price, but once the chart, I'm sorry, we are here to check the price. Once we see this booster box hit that $300 mark, people are going to start coming out of the cuts. That I told you crowd. I told you that this booster box only goes up. Same thing. Hold on. Same thing with Prismatic Evolutions. They're gonna say we're gonna see this booster box go to like 130, and they're gonna be like, it actually went the opposite way. There was a 20% increase. It wasn't a crash. Oh, you guys are wrong. I'm right. I've only been here for 6 months, but I'm so right. And then they make the videos. They run to the cameras, and they're here to tell you it's a great. You're going to miss the set that just came out. You're going to miss it. You have to buy now. I'm here to tell you guys that there is probably some alternate motives to why people on YouTube tell you to buy this right now. I just covered Vapor Soft, one of the newest, most upcoming Pokemon YouTubers in the investing space. I had a fair bit of criticism. Again, I watch his channel, just like I do a lot of people. But to say that we have to continue buying this stuff at its high, it's gonna be dangerous. And I think that's dangerous advice. I think a lot of this stuff is going to see the $60-ish, especially the ETB. I don't understand why this is like such a crazy thing to say. It's such a wild take. I mean, when I post these style of videos, I get go check the comments. I mean, I get paragraphs, just Bible verses, novels, extended novels of people just wanting to battle me over me saying that Prismatic can't go down 30-40%. To me, it's just it's a no-brainer that Pokemon is going to continue to print the cash cow like Prismatic, and especially the set Destined Rivals that literally just came out. I came to make this video because if we can't agree just on that, then there is no discussion. There is no back and forth. There is no discourse. Destined Rivals will be around for a very, very long time. I used to have the metric of once certain sets hit Costco, they're done. They were probably sitting there. They're probably one interesting comment I got this morning actually. Someone was saying that he worked at Costco and he worked at Target. He was like, you have to remember that there's a lot of stuff being returned, a lot of stuff that's damaged that they have to send back to wherever they got. Interesting take. I don't understand. I don't know if it's real or whatever. I'm just taking it for face value of a comment. You gotta remember, maybe some of that stuff goes back to to the returns and all that stuff. Pokemon then breaks those down, puts those into new collection boxes. We get a new supply. People don't know if it's a restock or a reprint or whatever the re-number or whatever you want to call it goes into the supply. We have to open our minds and think that there's different avenues for Pokemon to get packs into our hands that might not necessarily just be by turning on the printer, right? I think that was a very interesting point. So shout out to you if you are watching this video. I really enjoyed that comment. But guys, Destined Rivals is probably gonna hit $300 very soon if we don't see some type of movement. And same thing with Prismatic. Prismatic right here is probably gonna see a $150 ETB fairly soon if we don't get a pretty big reprint. But there is opportunities out there. You guys have to also remember, open mind, that TCG Player and online stores aren't the only places to get these products. Targets, Walmart, all them, they'll restock their shelves random times. I think everyone's best bet in the United States is to hit those little those Pokemon Center station things at like your local Safeway or Aldi's or whatever you have in your area. That's your best chance to get stuff at MSRP. I have a lot of friends that just scored. One of my friend Eric, he just scored a few ETBs. He said there was booster boxes in those when he went to that little Pokemon reprint thing or Pokemon Center thing. The opportunities are out there. It's just gonna be a little bit harder. Of course, you're gonna have to actually go outside and drive around, which sucks. It's not the best, but we are seeing, people not sleeping outside of GameStops. We're seeing, it's slowly getting better. Heck, I was even seeing on Facebook Marketplace some of these collection boxes being sold at like darn near retail. I saw those the Team Rockets Giovanni. I'm sorry. Team Rocket, duh. The Mewtwo, Giovanni's Mewtwo, the collection box. It was like for $25-$30 on Facebook Marketplace. I was like, huh, interesting. I wonder if that was like a scalper that went out, bought a bunch of stuff, and then he realized that was like a bad thing to buy. Wasn't moving whatsoever. So he's like, okay, I gotta clean and liquidate to then be able to get into the next set. I think that's what's gonna happen with a lot of product. And guys, if you believe in Destined Rivals and Prismatic Evolutions, if you really think that you're gonna miss the boat and you guys need to be paying these crazy prices, 2, 3, 4x over MSRP in both English and Japanese, double down. If you guys want to shoot yourself in the foot, double down. That's fine. There's a lot of people that just want to take the advice of these people that have not seen the cycles, have not seen the crashes, have not seen the booms. Time and time again, if you believe that that's not going to happen, if you have a crystal ball that this time is different, you're in the this time is different gang, then double down. Buy Destined Rivals at 300. Buy it at 350. And then stand on the hill and scream at the top of your lungs that it's never going back down, that it just goes up forever, that the gains will continue to come time and time again. If that's you, then by all means. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna wait until we get close to realistic prices. If that's MSRP for some people, sure, believe in it. Believe that it's gonna come down to MSRP. For me, I said close 20, within $20, within $40. That's my take, and you can take it or leave it. Is it getting better? Of course, and I'm gonna report this week by week. This is just something I just had to make a quick little video about and put it out today. Guys, every week it gets a little bit better, even if the price doesn't reflect that, right? Well, again, let me explain. There's more stock out there. It's coming out slowly but surely. They're trickling down. A lot of you guys were arguing again in the comment section, talking about when I said that their Pokemon does prints and then have like supply that they trickle down into the system for distributors, all that stuff. And people were like, there's no way that can be possible. When I get this information, it's from people in the space that have been here for like 20 plus years, right? 15 years even. The Rob Burns live with Cool Trainer Ryan, them talking about Pokemon just having extra warehouses, parking some product here and there. It's just a total, like, obviously it's a who knows, it's all speculation. But if we really downplay Pokemon's like strategies on how they're gonna get us cards. Yes, they're not as productive as Japan, they're not as transparent as we like, but they are doing a better job. The Pokemon Center website is better. It's actually giving people a chance to get some stuff. I was even able to hop on the website twice to potentially get a mega ETB. So it's getting better. It is getting better. Just want to make a quick little video. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Market Watch Monday. Tomorrow. Peace out.